Oh, buddy, they're real loose, don't you worry. I'll grab my beer. It's like most things we do. Organized cacophony, you see. It's a nice band title. Oh, yeah, we're recording.
Oh, are you recording?
Yeah, we're recording. See? Hello, friends. Welcome back. It is Spencer Love here live. Well, not live. You're watching a pre-recorded interview. But live, so to speak, at the Rec Room, South Edmonton Common. The night before, not just violence, but violence, my friends. The eve of LPW. And appropriately enough, joined by the thickness Reed Matthews.
It's been 2 minutes. How did we do this already?
Marz the specialist. But you can understand how I'd get you confused.
I did this thing.
And that's exactly, you played into it yourself.
I'm wearing black. If I had jeans on, it's not.
Game over. You are the thickness Reed Matthews. Yeah. You do recognize, like, you do look quite similar.
Oh, really? I haven't noticed. Spider-Man meme. All my life has been the last year and a half.
It's been my absolute favorite, to be honest with you. Like, so we'll get into 7, obviously. We'll get into all that sort of stuff. But like, let's start with the Short Kings, because not only is it wildly different than what you're currently doing, but like, in a way that I saw a lot of planning that went into 7 and the story that went into it. Like, the Short Kings quite literally came out because like we needed you guys to wrestle the Billington Bulldogs.
It was. I always make a joke with Reed. The Short Kings is the most accidental thing ever. Like,
oh, true.
Our feud back like last summer, it was supposed to be a one-off match, and we had like 4 matches in Calgary.
Yeah.
Just because like they had nothing else for us, and then we had 3 Chases of Hell matches for the fun of it, which is also like
very much not for the fun of it though.
No. And then we became a tag team just because they needed to happen.
Yeah.
And then we were like, well, we needed a reason why you're wrestling with me. So we had like Thad, he's the money guy of 7.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, there's the reason why Thad paid you off. And then we're like, we'll do a promo explaining it. And then we made 4 promos. And then literally I made the first promo, and Michael Richard Blaze messaged me and said, you ruined my booking. And I was like, wait, what did I do wrong?
I think I messaged you that at some point too, or like I straight up told you how to drink ring crew or something like that.
I was like nervous, like, what did I do wrong? He's like, you guys are too funny. And we can't put you together now because we have all these plans.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, sorry. And we kept making the videos, and obviously we're still making the videos like a year later almost.
Yeah.
So it
would have been last October. Yeah, it's gone well.
Billington Bulldogs.
You're getting fuller envelopes, brother, for lack of a better way to put it. The Short Kings aren't international yet, but they're Alberta wide, baby.
Hey, when does this come out? I don't know if I should spoil it.
I don't know. Eventually, you can go for it.
WrestleCore. We have a WrestleCore match.
Heck
Short
yeah.
Kings match. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited for that. So we're gonna go all over the place. This your first time in Vancouver?
It is.
Heck yeah.
And also, I guess while we're on the Vancouver thing, another fun fact, TJ Cannon down there, this is our 4th province wrestling as well, because we have a match together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have a scramble match. And technically we're wrestling each other, so that's 4th province, me and TJ wrestled together.
That's wild, man.
So we have a Short Kings and then me and TJ, so it covers 2 bases for me.
You're really getting like double dipping, so to speak.
I'm a lucky man, what can I say?
Good on you. Are you surprised the Short Kings took off like they did?
Yes.
It's pretty easy to see the chemistry you guys had, like right off the bat. I'm sure you guys felt that too. Right?
Well, we're the same person.
It is
like
true.
It's not even a joke at this point. It's just sadly real. We're the same person, and we just work so well together. And like I remember we put that first video out, and like I got so many like good words out of it. I was like, okay. And I thought it was like just basic like comedy stuff, but I guess like no one's seen that out of like Reed. And like I was still like generic good guy at that time, so people didn't see me have like moments yet. And like it just grew and grew, and now I have like I made a joke to Jack literally last night where I'm like I basically have a Jack and Pride as well. I have in-ring Marz is serious, and then when I'm out of the ring, I'm the dumbest dude in the world.
There's Marz and there's the specialist.
Exactly, that's literally it. That's literally it. Like I'm somehow the dumbest person in Alberta wrestling now. Except when I'm in the ring, then I can break you apart.
I'd debate that, but we'll leave that for when we're off the record.
That's a story for a different day.
That's a story for a different day.
But yeah,
Dummy.
Yeah.
See, I watch. I'm a viewer.
Yeah.
I'm not just a promoter. Do you find it difficult to switch back and forth? Because you're doing both fairly consistently between 7 and between the Short Kings. Like, again, wildly different. Do you find it difficult or just come pretty naturally to you?
It's just like you just got to get like your mind into it. Like I don't know if you ever watched that like W documentary, like the W, I think it's called Evil.
No.
And like Randy Orton like talks about how like he gets in the zone for him. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
It's like just trying to like figure out what you need at the time, and then just like getting your psyche to be like, all right, time to be an asshole. All right, time to be dumb as hell. And like it's obviously easier too because like when I'm out in this crowd, unless it's like a Short Kings match, which we had a clandestine little storyline we did.
Yeah.
Unless it's that, I'm usually like more serious.
Yeah.
In the ring, and then when I have like Reed's phone in front of my face, I could be dumb as however I want to be.
How much do you script the tales to the Short Kings?
We don't. We just go in with an idea and hope for the best half the time. Like we're actually in the middle of making a mini movie for like a little like summer vacation special.
Okay.
And I scripted a bit of that just because like I wanted like points to go off of. To which Reed responded with, "Don't we just go off the cuff?" I'm like, "Well, we need like some points for once if we're doing like a bigger
Now that you're
production."
stepping into the feature film
Yeah,
world,
exactly. 15 minutes. That's a long time for me.
Can we expect any guest stars?
I have one planned guest star, and it's that dumb idiot down there.
Oh, listen, already shooting hard on TJ Cannon. We're six minutes in.
Took me long enough.
Exactly.
Took me long enough.
That's okay. 4 provinces. That's pretty wild because like
It is.
I was right around when you guys were both starting. Like
Yeah, it's crazy.
actually
Like
in
not
there.
even 2 years that I've been working, and TJ's about the same time. He started training longer though,
Yeah.
and TJ made a joke a long time ago that we're like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens,
Yeah.
and like at first I was like, "Hey, that's like
When
we're
you're
just
Sami Zayn, is that too obvious a joke to make?
yes."
I mean,
To also go off of that, I wanted if you ever remember like the original clandestine shows, like the Imitation Game.
Yeah.
It's going to happen where it's Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and it's me and Reed. It's going to happen, right?
I mean, yeah. We're gonna call up the booker.
But when it comes to like a wrestling like travel sense, he compared us to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And at first, it was kind of like we're only in Alberta, but then we've started going farther than Alberta, and we've wrestled each other in each of those provinces. So I'm like, okay, the comparisons are kind of hitting a bit more now.
Yeah.
And like 4th province in a week that we wrestle each other in, that's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it though. It's dope.
When did you first meet TJ?
I want to say October 2021, around there.
So that would have been like right your first couple of months.
Yeah, literally
My
just
math,
started.
yeah.
Like I was probably a month in when we met, and we were backstage at a show in Calgary, and he just wrestled and I was next. And I came back, his nose was bleeding, and I was like, "Hey man," like I don't think I knew his name yet. I was like, "Hey man, are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I think I broke my nose." I was like, "Oh, that sucks. I gotta go out actually though." And I literally just said it sucks and walked away.
The start of a beautiful friendship.
And then he was with me, I think the next week in my car, and he's been stuck with me ever since, for lack of a better term.
Where'd the chemistry come from?
We just are very similar people in the sense of like we both love wrestling, and when we're in the car ride for 3 hours, this is all we talk about with Tony Mache's in the back sleeping.
That or ordering like the most impressive amount of McDonald's you'll ever see in your life.
But that I think this still is the most viewed video on my Twitter,
I get a lot of
and
love
it makes
Tony
me.
Machete.
I love that man. I don't know if he's alive.
Certainly hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
All the best to you, Tony
He
Machete.
just hides sometimes. I love him though. I love him. He was me and TJ's third wheel for a while, but it was a third wheel like on a cart that like doesn't like work. It just stops working because he's just asleep all the time.
Like a wheelbarrow. Like it's technically works, but you got to really lift while you're making some motion with it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. He's that wheel. He was just yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
We love Tony. We love Tony.
We all love Tony.
But yeah, so those car rides, we would just like talk wrestling all the time, and we just have very similar, I don't know, aspirations, mindsets, humor, like, and we just like get along. And obviously, if you're stuck with the guy for like, what, in 2022 we wrestled 125 matches.
I was gonna say, like, if cage match is right, and like put some asterisks.
It's actually not right because there's more matches.
See, that's what I was gonna say. It's like you guys were right up there as far as not just Alberta, but Canadian wrestling.
I think I was in top 3 and TJ was top 5.
Yeah.
Like we worked, and like for most of that I was with him.
Yeah.
So like 110 dates, let's say, I'm with TJ for most of it. Like, even if you don't have similar mindset, you have to get along, or else you'll kill each other.
Yeah.
You know, so and yeah, it just worked out.
So I guess, was there ever any talk, or did you guys ever want to like tag team together, anything like that prior to Pride coming around? Or
Honestly, very early on when I won the championship at RCW, I was like, I want a faction.
Yeah.
And like the idea was me, TJ, Tony, and Irish.
Oh, okay.
And like I had this whole storyboard written up, and like I was going to pitch in all this stuff, but obviously like things don't work
Plans
out.
change,
Plans
brother.
change, brother. And like I didn't even end up pitching just because like I was losing the title a month later, which I was okay with.
Yeah.
I don't think babyface runs work a lot of the time.
You're
They
more
can
a
work.
chaser rather
Yeah. And like obviously babyface runs can work. I just like it's hard to make them work. It's like, especially like at the time, like I was working 3 days a week for that company.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to have a babyface run work that consistently for that long. Like obviously here, like we have Irish is the best example for like a babyface champion with that same kind of like run,
Yeah.
but it's monthly, and it's like it's also different because like you can bring people in, like you have a Mir Jordan, yeah,
like you said, you were freaking all over Hell's Half Acre,
Yeah.
Alberta, Western Canada.
so it's
like,
very different. So like that's why I was okay like losing the title early on, because I'm like, well, I can do something else then. And then I had the feud with Reed right after.
Yeah.
So it worked out perfectly in my favor. Like I didn't need the championship for that.
Yeah. Winning a title that early.
5 months in.
How did you feel about it?
I was.
It's not quite Gigi Ray.
It's true.
You're damn close.
5 months in, I won my first championship, and it was the major championship too, in an hour-long match. It was special to me because like I had my family, I had my friends there. I was in Calgary, and like I think more so than like the belt, it was like the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a video, and it's still like my highlighted tweet on Twitter. It's literally people standing on tables, the building like losing their mind. It's the moment for me more than anything. Like afterwards, I forgot who said it, but someone said like the people in that building will not forget that moment.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe that's like hyperbole, but like I like to think like maybe that's true, because it was just like such a cool moment. Like this big underdog baby face going an hour long and finally winning the championship that he's been chasing against the guy he lost to 3 times prior to.
Yeah.
It's just a really cool moment for me. I don't know. The story, I'm a story person. Like obviously I'm with Jack and TJ, who are also like the same mindset as me.
Yeah.
That's just what it is for me. It's a story that makes it for me. Like
Yeah.
the belt, it's cool. It's a cool thing to put on like my trophy case. I won a title my first 5 months in, but like the moment is what I stick to all the time.
Well, like we're both fans, man. Like,
Yeah.
we both got those moments in our life, whether it's Daniel Bryan and Mania or Kofi
Exactly.
Mania or someone else, Becky Mania, whoever else.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's got those moments. Maybe what are 1 or 2 years that like really sort of
Yeah.
were those moments for you?
Obviously, like championship win. Oh, it's hard to say. Honestly, this is kind of different because it's when I lost, but I think it might have been Winnipeg with AJ Sanchez. It's such a hot crowd. I wasn't supposed to be the main event.
Yeah.
Someone got hurt, and they said, well, he's a plucky babyface. Let's see what we can do. Threw me in the match with him. And, like, obviously, like, let's go Blair. Blair talks about this match all the time.
I was literally going to say, like, I've heard a lot about this match.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
And, like, the fact that
For good reason.
and the fact that people are still talking about this match shows that I did something right.
Yeah.
And like me and AJ, like this is the first time, I think maybe second time I met him, first time I wrestled with him.
Mm-hmm.
We did something right. We did, and it worked out well. People are still talking about it. I don't know. I'm proud of that match, and obviously winning the championship. Going an hour long in the Rumble we had with the one on MRB. Yeah. I think you ring-announced that match, if I remember correctly. Maybe you're there.
No, I was relieved of my duties by that point.
Oh, good. But yeah, like that was also another cool moment, going an hour long, being like, I think that was like 3 months in, being trusted as like this green as
Like
hell
the
guy.
Iron Man.
Yeah, being trusted to go be the Iron Man, going at number 1, be the last one eliminated.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I was trusted so early on is what stands out to me the most, maybe.
Yeah.
Like Michael trusted me, Zoe trusted me, Jack trusted me, Reed trusted me when I was a green nobody.
Yeah.
In like hindsight, but like they're like there's something with this guy,
Yeah.
and then here I am. I don't know.
It's always awkward to put yourself over. I'll give that caveat, but like you get that. You get the championship. You get put in with Pride, who obviously has a great reputation in Alberta through his career, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think it is in you that people are seeing?
I always call myself a student of the game. Like, I remember in the car rides with TJ and Jack, I'd call myself the wrestling encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Because I just grew up studying this stuff.
We got to get you on Quizplex soon.
I'm nervous because if I
You're
fail,
the only non-champion in 7.
that's actually true as well. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
That's
like,
okay. TJ hasn't picked up a pen, so. That was stiff. I shot hard. Sorry, Teach. Nothing. You're going to have to tune in on lovewrestling.ca. That's a great plug.
but yeah, I'm scared about Quizplex because, like, if I don't win, then I'm a liar.
That's fair. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Exactly. But I always just call myself the wrestling encyclopedia because I studied this growing up. I want to be the best. Like, my character of envy, like being envious of being the best, that's all real. I want to be the best at this. I want to be known as like a guy who came out of Alberta and was like a WWE champion, or like just like even if not that, just like one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah.
That's the goal, obviously. So I'd grow up studying this stuff, and like, I don't know, I just always had like a showmanship air about me, I guess. Like, even growing up in like a little bit of acting here and there and like school and stuff. I won an acting award in like grade 9 or something because I was like the only person who actually like put like effort into it, I guess. I don't know, but yeah.
I ended up as the model UN captain in grade 10.
Oh, let's go.
Right?
But yeah, like I'm a showman. I grew up wrestling, so I have the athlete background.
You were an amateur.
Yeah, I was. Well, I mean, I still keep up a lot with that.
Oh, cool.
And like, obviously, like, I do a lot of amateur wrestling moves. I like, if putting me and Sean together, like we like shooting each other at the beginning of the match
Oh, that was
always.
a blast. I loved watching that one back. Shout out to Big Vision.
Yeah, like and like, I don't know. It just everything came together and just worked out perfectly for me to be like good at this, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I studying athletic background, acting background. It just worked out well. I don't know.
Given that you put so much prep into it, like, was it tough to transition over from amateur to professional wrestling, or was it easy? You hear a lot of mixed stories as far as it goes, from like the bad everywhere in between.
In some accords, it does. In some ways, it actually helps. My footwork was there. My rolls were there. The warm-ups with the stretches and stuff, those were all one-to-one basically with amateur wrestling. So, like, I remember my coaches, when I first started, so I started training at Workhorse in 2020, got shut down because of COVID, so I didn't really start my training until, like, July 2021.
Yep.
So when I first walked in there, I was with Keishi Mitsunaga. He was my first ever trainer, technically.
Cool.
And I remember, like...
I got a lot of time for him.
Yeah. And I remember... Have you ever been to one of the camps, or like maybe even like the old camps?
Force.
Yeah, Force.
That's where MRB busted my brain.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've ever seen those training centers, you like, or like the training days, I should say, it's always like, no, start with like the roll, start with like all the simple stuff.
Yeah.
I was doing like suplexes and stuff on my first day because Keishi's like, obviously it's a bit looser there.
Yeah.
I'll admit Michael's very strict with his regimen, but like he was having me do suplexes and all this like more complicated stuff on my first day because he's like, you know what you're doing. You get the rolls, you get the bumps, like, because like it comes one-to-one almost.
Yeah.
So he's like, you get it. And like I was like fast learner. I was wrestling with my first 2 months of training. Like I was just a very fast learner. Like I knew what to do because of all my studying, mixed that with my wrestling background. They're like, you're ready. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You're ready. So they've had me on shows 2 months in.
Basically like an indie wrestler built in a lab.
I guess so. The singlets, it took a while to get a good singlet, but like, besides that.
You said it, not me.
Yeah.
Alrighty, man. So you want to hit, whether it's WWE, AEW, you want to be one of the best. What's the next step to get there? What do you want to do? Is it just travel through Canada more, work yada yada? I'm answering for you. I don't know. I tend to do that sometimes.
The travel is the biggest one for me. Like obviously, like I said, we're going to WrestleCore in a week of recording this. Vancouver, that's a big check on me. I've been messaging so many people in Ontario. I'm trying to get out there soon. I was even like looking at like a promotion like Nova Scotia. I want to message.
Cool.
Like I want to be all over Canada.
wrestle every.
I want to
province,
wrestle
every territory.
I want to wrestle everywhere. I want to be like known as the traveler of Canada, the journeyman of Canada, if you will. And then obviously I want to go to the States. That's harder being a Canadian, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, even if not that, I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to the UK. I want to wrestle everywhere. I want to be the best. And to be the best, I need like. I remember when I was young, I watched the Chris Jericho DVD, and he talked about that. Like, he went to Mexico first, and he went to the UK, then he went to Japan. He learned all their styles, because to be the best, you need to be malleable. You need to be able to do everything.
Mhm.
That's why the specialist kind of came from that. I want to be the best at everything. I want to be the best high flyer, the best strongman, the best, technical wrestler. I want to be the best at everything.
Yeah.
That's my character of envy. Like, it started a long time ago when you really think about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to wrestle everywhere. That's my big goal. If we get signed, I get signed. If I don't, I'm wrestling everywhere anyway.
Yeah. Let's close her out with 7, because obviously it's what you're doing right now, the biggest story you've got going on as far as your indie wrestling career goes. How'd you react when you were first pitched on it? Because it was very cool to hear you pitched as one of the first members, but certainly wasn't like an expected call. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're working obviously super baby face. I'd never seen you work heel prior to that. So like, what was your initial reaction? How did things start to percolate?
And working heel is still very new to me. I'm still in the learning stages. But I remember, so me, Jack, and TJ, we always used to travel together. Like we were like the little clique, if you will. We were all like best friends. And I remember Jack always brought up like the old 7. And one day in the car ride, I think he's like brought up like, I'm thinking about doing 7 again. And like, you 2 are my guys, so I don't want you to be in it with me. And I think I was in the middle of the tag storyline already. Like, I think it might have been like, I might have been like tagging with like, let's say Eli that month, or maybe the month before that with Mo still. Like, I was still like in the middle of like tag partners hate Marz storyline. Everybody hates Marz.
That was the actual name of the story too.
Everybody hates Marz.
Whenever we'd send booking sheets over,
Everybody hates Marz.
Everybody hates Marz story.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I was just like in the middle of that, and he pitched it, and we're like, yeah, obviously, like I'd want to do something with my boys. And like, obviously, when we talked to like Michael about it and like how he like wants it laid out, it became like something different. And especially like the month I turned heel was such like a special day for me.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I think it might have been Peggy. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Twitter, or maybe someone else was like, just the roller coaster of emotions we brought him on that night was something like special. And that's something I also like, one of my tips of the cap, I guess, like you were saying before. Like, I don't know. It's just special to me, I guess. It's just like I'm trusted to do like this big storyline. Now we're like probably number 2 storyline in the company besides Zoe. Like, I don't know. It's just something special.
Yeah.
And like, because like we've had like 3 like main like overarching babyface storylines. We had Zoe turned heel, Irish won the championship, and now me corrupted.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of the 3. I don't know. It's just like, it's cool. It's cool. And then we had the match with TJ, and that went over super well.
Yeah.
Turned heel right afterwards, and now we're gonna have an 8-man scramble and kill each other tomorrow. It's the life.
That was a lot of fun. Your match with TJ was a lot of fun. And it was especially cool for me because it'd been so long since I had seen the 2 of you guys wrestle each other. Not as though you hadn't wrestled freaking all over Hell's Half Acre again, but like very, very cool to see the growth in you. Real excited for what comes next for you, Marzi.
It was so, like me and TJ, like we've never wrestled like a main mark in Alberta, as I think you put over before the match.
Yep.
Like we always like worked in like Panoka.
Oh, I know my branding.
we always worked in like Panoka or like Two Hills, which is like fine enough for like those cities, but like we always wanted to wrestle in the Calgary or in Edmonton, and it just like never came to fruition. So like when we like pitched the storyline, we're like, we want to do something where it's like they test me by having me wrestle TJ.
Yeah.
And when we were like got the green light to do that, we're like, okay, this is perfect. We can show everyone what we can do.
Yeah.
And like,
and boy, howdy did you.
and like TJ, that was his first singles match for LPW. He wanted something big. He still hasn't got a pin.
I was wondering which one of us was going to slip that one in.
He's going to hate watching this.
That's okay, but he's going to hate watching. That's the thing.
It's true. And then like,
What did Bischoff say? Controversy creates cash?
it's true.
There we go.
And then I've only had 3 singles matches for LPW,
which is even still wild for me.
yeah, I've only wrestled, and I'm still undefeated.
Oh yeah,
Beat Kyle Shaw, beat Stephen Crow, beat TJ Cannon. We don't. Even the clandestine shows actually, I haven't lost a singles match.
Marsburg.
Exactly. 3-0 for a year and a half now.
Only 169 to go. Nice.
You can't lose, brother. There's your sign. You can't make me lose, brother. But yeah,
myself
so
into a freaking hole here.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so it was just like it was cool to have that moment with TJ, one of my best friends, go out there for like 20 minutes and just beat the piss out of each other. Like that was probably the hardest hitting match I've had in a long time. Besides like Three Stages of Hell.
Yeah,
I got thrown on that concrete over there.
I was gonna say there's still a dent on that concrete stage from you.
That's what I like to hear.
Good on
That's
you.
what I like to hear. It jobbed out to me.
Work, Steph.
Exactly. And like, yeah, I remember coming back and like Jack just hugged us both. It's like you guys. I think you hugged us both afterwards too. You guys, you did something special, and I was like, I appreciate that. Like just to have that match where like I was the super underdog babyface. Everyone wanted me to win. Everyone wanted me to get away from 7. Segment or 2 later, beat up my Coach Blaze and Stephen Crow. Everyone hates me again.
You had a fun little night.
It was a good night. It was a very good night. It was special. It was special. Now, tonight, as we're recording this tonight, I'm wrestling Stephen Crow. So, like, I get to pay off that story a little bit, and then tomorrow, it's just good. I'm living the life.
It's going to be a fun one for me tonight. Same sort of thing as I just said about TJ, but your first singles match here was against Stephen Crow. That would have been in April of last year.
April or May, yeah. And now we got to do it one more time.
Later.
We got to do it one more time.
Real excited for it, Marzi.
Full circle.
Real excited for it. It's people want to find you. It's people want to keep up to date with the latest and greatest from the specialist.
Twitter.
Where can they do it?
And Instagram.
Are you on Threads yet?
No.
Oh, see, I had a conversation with like 6 people today. Actually, I was talking with a friend of mine.
People on Threads already?
Well, see, so they're all on Threads. What everybody's waiting for is when people start to change out like their bylines in the newspaper and all that sort of stuff from their Twitter handle to their Threads handle.
Well,
that's when you know the move's been made.
Sorry. Instagram and X.
Yeah, thank you.
at Marz Specialist. Facebook Marz Specialist. That's really it for me. Oh, Short King's YouTube channel. Mini movie coming out soon.
I subscribed. You think I didn't subscribe?
And you should too.
Yeah, you should. You should be paying attention to everything great coming out of the Rec Room South Edmonton Common, including tonight's upcoming matchup against Stephen Crow. You can find that on patreon.com/lovewrestlingca. Tomorrow night at the Rec Room, Marz the Specialist and 7 other men get in the ring for our biggest scramble ever with, of course, the aptly named Scramble Championship on the line. You can tune in on twitch.tv/lovewrestlingca. You know what? Let's make it easy for you. Anywhere the podcasts are played, videos are viewed, or awesome content's created by awesome people, you can find us at Love Wrestling CA. For Marz the Specialist, I'm Spencer Love. See you on the next one.